Hey guys, and welcome to No Recipe Required. You can see in the card I'm going to do another meal kit review. This is from Home Chef, and this is it's a take on a beef Wellington, which is actually a pretty damn complicated dish. It's the steak, usually with like a mushroom duxelle wrapped in puff pastry. Here we've got all the components. We've got a couple sirloins. We've got some puff pastry, which I'm going to pop in the fridge. Directions say keep this cool. So I just unpacked everything else. Puff pastry is going to go back in the fridge. Got some mushrooms and some carrots. We're going to go through, we're going to prep, we're going to see how easy, how hard this is. I'm thinking this is going to be kind of a more technical, more difficult recipe to do, but we'll give it a try. We'll break down the ingredients, cook it, and then ultimately see how it tastes. Give it a thumbs up, thumbs down. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so like all these recipes, we're going to start off with a little bit of prep work. Home Chef sent some fresh thyme here. I love using fresh thyme. It says to peel it and chop it up. Easiest thing to do to kind of grab the top or the tip and then just run your fingers down, and all those leaves are going to come off. Nice and easy. It does suggest give it a coarse chop. If you want to go ahead and do that, that's fine. I find you don't even need it. Like these thyme leaves, fresh thyme, it's so delicate that chopping it up, I think it's a bit of a wasted exercise. So I'm gonna leave those leaves whole. Just get rid of the big stems. Set those aside, and we got some carrot here. I've already peeled this one. What do we got? They sent over 5 carrots for us, and we're gonna chop them up at an angle and make these little discs, oval discs, about ½ inch thick. With all of our carrots, we're gonna roast these off. Is the first step. And it actually says finish the carrots and then start roasting them. It has us slicing mushrooms later in the recipe, but I'm going to go ahead and just show you how to do it right now. Often there'll be, I don't like washing them in water, but often there'll be a little bit of dirt. You can just use a little paper towel and wipe the dirt off. It says slice them thinly. What I do, I throw them on this, do a big cut like that, and then put the flat side down and go through, and then we've got our slice. If you want to slice in the other direction, you can slice in the other direction. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do all my mushrooms. They got a little bit of cremini mushroom here, a little package. There's some dirt there, very common with mushrooms. I'm going to do those. I'm going to finish my carrots, and then we're going to come back and start cooking. All right, so we chopped up our mushrooms. Those are not mushrooms, those are carrots. We chopped up our carrots. I've also chopped up my mushrooms, which is a little bit out of order, but that's fine. I've got my pan. This is an oven-proof pan. On the heat, you want good high heat. You want to hear a little bit of sizzle when we add our carrots in. And it says to cook these for 3 to 5 minutes until they're just starting to brown slightly. Notice I've got basically 1 layer of carrots on the pan, and I'm not going to fiddle with them too much. I'm going to stir them every minute or so, and then we're going to move them into the oven. While we do that, I'm going to prep our steaks. Okay, so we've got our carrots going here. They've been going for a couple minutes, and while they were cooking, I grabbed our steaks. These are sirloin steaks, about 6 ounces each. I took them out of the package. They came in a little plastic wrapper, and then patted them dry. It's really important to get them nice and dry, and then season both sides liberally with salt and pepper. I think the card says sprinkle or season with salt and pepper, but I'm going to oversell the amount of seasoning because a good amount comes off in the pan, so be pretty generous on both sides. And then I'm just going to let that salt kind of sit on the meat for about 2 minutes. Our carrots now have gotten just lightly brown, and we're going to move this into a preheated 400-degree oven at the bottom rack. We're going to take a non-stick pan, put that on the flame, let that heat up, and that's what we're going to cook our steaks in. Okay, so I've let my pan heat up for a couple minutes. It definitely says, the card says go medium high heat. I'm a big fan of kind of super high heat. I want the steaks to really get a hard sear. That's where a lot of flavor comes in. If you don't hear a nice sizzle like that, you want to pull the steak up and let the pan get a little bit hotter. If you've got one of these little splash guards, I like to throw it over the top. Keep everything from splattering. Just leave them alone, let them cook for 2 minutes on that first side. Okay, so I let our steak now sear on that one side. You get a good golden brown crust. That's where the flavor is going to come from. We're going to flip it over and do the same thing on this second side for another 2 minutes. Okay, so I've let our steaks now go for another 2 minutes on this side. Second side is rarely going to be as dark as the first one. I washed our plate over here. And steaks aren't fully cooked. They're still going to be rare in the middle, or actually raw in the middle, but we're going to cook them again, which is the point of the beef Wellington. Now, the instructions say go slice your mushrooms. I've already sliced mine. So we're going to go directly into the pan. It also says add some additional oil if needed. I'm going to turn the heat down. Now, the nice thing about adding in the same pan is we're going to pick up all that flavor from the steaks that we cooked in there. My pan was a little dry, so we're going to add another tablespoon or so of oil. And I'm going to turn the heat down just a smidge because you don't want anything to scorch or burn on the pan. So we're going to just slowly, not slowly, still over high heat. Don't get too timid. But we're going to let these mushrooms cook for 4 or 5 minutes until they start getting brown on all sides. Alright, so these mushrooms have been going for about 4 or 5 minutes or so, which is what the recipe recommends. I actually like the mushrooms a little bit further cooked than this, so I'm going to cook mine another minute or so, and then we're just going to remove them from the heat. Actually, it did say, which again I agree with, is a good tip. A little sprinkle of salt, a little sprinkle of pepper. I'm going to go another minute and then pull these aside and use some of them for our steak topping. Okay, so I just took our puff pastry out of the fridge. I've got our cooked mushrooms here. I've got our seared steaks there. And puff pastry is not the easiest thing to work with. I actually rarely do anything with it at all. Mine is sticking just a little bit to our wrapper, but we gotta get it off. Let's just peel. There we go. And then, per the directions, we're going to do some design work on here. We're going to use the back of a knife and make diagonal lines in one direction, about half a width apart. We're obviously not going through the pastry. We're just scoring the top of it. Make these little squares. And then, since I got 2 steaks and 1 piece of pastry, I'm assuming we are cutting in half to square, so I don't think it matters which direction to go. I've got our baking sheet here. I've got our 2 seared steaks, which we're going to lay down, give them a little bit of room. I've got our towel for my hands. I'm going to take some of our mushrooms. It says 1/3 of the mushrooms and lay them on top of the steak. We're going to try and keep as many as we can on the steak itself. The rest of the mushrooms are going to go into a sauce that we're making, or we're going to make as the steaks cook. The oven is going, remember I got my carrots in there, 450, good hot oven. And then we're going to lay our pastry, puff pastry, on the steak with the ends just kind of tucked underneath, like that. Let's grab this mushroom. Let's see if I can change the angle here for you. Tuck underneath. All right, and there we go. I think that's the way we're supposed to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and take this and put it in the oven for 8 minutes or so. I'm going to go on the shorter side because I like the steak more rare. Alright, so I took the opportunity of dropping the steaks into the oven to take our carrots out or check on our carrots. These are all with a knife test, nice and tender. You know, which is good for me. If you want them a little less cooked, go ahead and take them out earlier. This is the thyme that we did earlier, and I'm just going to toss half of it in with the carrots. Half of it's going to stay for our sauce. A pinch of salt, a pinch of pepper. The heat from this pan and from the carrots is going to wilt that thyme down, which is absolutely fine. We're just going to give it a little toss. and we're going to set this aside as our steaks finish cooking. All right, so I'm pulling my my steaks out at the 8-minute mark, but you definitely want to see the puff pastry, golden brown there. It says 8 to 12 minutes. I'm going 8 because I like again a rarer steak. I'm going to go ahead and set those down. We're going to put our mushrooms back on the heat, and this is the time to make our sauce. We're going to let that the steak rest for a few minutes. I'm going to let this pan just heat up, and then we're going to come back, make our sauce. All right, so my pan with the mushrooms is now heated up. These little packets. This is a mushroom demi-glaze, which essentially just think about it as kind of concentrated stock, and it does make sauce prep awfully easy. And then we add that to our mushrooms. We add a 1/4 cup of water, and I'm just going to let this reduce down over medium heat, and then we're going to come back and add some butter to finish off the sauce. Alright, it doesn't take long for the sauce to reduce by half. Now, it looks a little dry now, but what we're going to add is these are tablespoons, again came from the Home Chef package, 2 tablespoons of butter in there. You want to make sure the heat is off at this point. There's plenty of heat there to melt the butter. Time goes in, and we're just going to stir this together. The butter is going to emulsify in with that sauce, give it a super rich flavor. And one thing you want to do before we go ahead and plate this up is give it a little taste. You could use a pinch of salt, a little bit of pepper, and actually mine does look, it just looks a little dry now. I want a little more sauce in there, so go ahead and just add a touch more water. That's perfectly fine to get the consistency that you're looking for. Alright, so I got our steaks rested, I got our sauce made, I got our carrots done. Let's go ahead and plate this up. Alright, so I also threw my carrots just back in the oven for like 10, not even 10 minutes, for 5 minutes, just to warm them up a little bit. I might, timing, put them a little bit closer to cooking our, what do you call that? Cooking our meat. I'm going to take a little bit of this sauce with the mushrooms, pour it down on the plate itself first, and then we're going to grab our fillets, our sirloins from the bottom there, and lay that down as well. Alright, so there is our finished dish. We'll give the plate a little wipe, and let's go ahead and taste this guy. Alright guys, let's go ahead and taste our Home Chef beef Wellington. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try the carrots first. They taste like carrots. They are well cooked, not overcooked certainly. The steak looks overcooked for me. Let me get in the center there. Yeah, it is. So I'd call that medium well. Not really any pink in there. Let me give it a taste though with a little bit of our puff pastry and mushrooms. There we go. Lost it. Everything tastes really good. The sauce is actually really nice. Mushrooms with it and the beef taste absolutely really good. I definitely would cook the steak far less. For me anyway, I like a medium rare steak. So I do a much faster sear at basically the highest temperature you can do, and then maybe 5 or 6 minutes in the oven, even again at a higher temperature, maybe 500 degrees or so, possibly even on the broiler, to make sure you don't overcook the steak. So I'm going to give this one kind of thumbs sideways in terms of steak doneness or temperature, but all the flavors are really good. If you watch that, or if you like a well done steak, follow it like this, and it'll work out great. I'll see you next time on No Recipe Required. Alright guys, that was Home Chef's Steak Wellington. Pretty easy to cook, took me about 40 minutes or so. Not a bad recipe. If you want to go ahead and give it a try, check out the discount code I put down in the description. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time on No Recipe Required.